What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Good evening to you all. Welcome to yet another episode of the Talk Track. As per usual, we're at Plot 8B, Gabula Road, the Barrow House, an official home of the Kara Junkies.
Yeah.
Tell them. The Talk Track is an official production of the Kara Junkies. It's produced, edited, sound mixed, and shot by Moro Moro, aka Morris, aka the OG Kara Junkie, aka the father of the Kara Bike, aka the only man I know with dreads who wears a durag, aka the only Munyankole Rastafarian.
It's allowed.
Boris, have we lied? You are the only Munyankole Rastafarian. We made that observation and conclusion over the weekend. It was a very serious discussion. The man, no, but it's honestly a very good observation. Rahma, have you ever seen any Munyankole Rastafarian?
For real, I think he is the only Munyankole Rastafarian I've ever witnessed. Like, for real.
It's the only Munyankole Rastafarian that we know.
Yes.
We've not been to Mbarara, they
Yeah.
might be hiding there. And as usual, I'm your host for the evening. My name is Roy, aka the Alchemist, aka Kamada. You can also call me Nafachi Neviensi, Mutiava, Chawa Gramaniu, Owe Chigege. You know, normal things like this in life. Nebampa nickname. Martin gave me a nickname one time. He said, your nickname is Boy Toy Roy. And I think he was trying to insult me. But I've never asked about the origin of that nickname. I should ask about the origin. Boy Toy Roy, because I just took
what
it.
inspired that?
I don't know.
You see? How come?
That is the thing. That is the thing. They might be saying some things about me when I don't know.
You see?
Nah, but it's
you might
okay.
be carrying some things that you don't know.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to do the talk track a little bit different, just a little different. Normally we have a topic and we have our usual participants, and even new people are welcome to, have conversations and deliberate and debate on some of these conversations that we always have. But today it's a bit different. It's Nyege week. We've been in vibes.
That's right.
Yeah, we've been in vibes. And we've decided to do something different. Today we're going to do a one-on-one interview. So for the people that have been following the talk track religiously, this is the first intentional one-on-one interview we've done. Although it was on the spot. But this is the first intentional one-on-one interview that we've done. Previously, we have had episodes where we've had, just me and Rowena, but those are not per se one-on-one interviews. Those were conversations. But again, I don't want this to feel like an interview. This is still a conversation. Just because I'm sitting right next to you here. I think fire. Ladies and gentlemen, the person I'm engaging with, a little bit of background. The first time I encountered the granddaughter of the Nile. The first time I encountered the granddaughter of the Nile was at the Bourbon, at open mic karaoke, hosted by the Kara Junkies every Thursday, starting from 8:30 p.m. Watch that space.
Yes,
and so, Rahma, the first time I saw you perform, we did karaoke at the beach. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah.
We did karaoke at the beach, and you did two songs.
Yeah.
You did 7 Years by Lucas Graham, and you did Take Me to Church by Hosea.
Sure.
And that was the first time, because I'd always known karaoke as an event where, you come, you do your song, and, you move on to the next performer. In the history, and I not done karaoke for very long at that time, but in my history of doing karaoke, that was the first time I had an audience go, please do one more song. Because you had done those two songs and you wanted to move. You're like, no, guys. And then they were like, no, do one more song. One more song. And I think you went on to perform maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 more songs, and it felt like a concert. And then I remember we had the list, and I don't quite remember who was performing after you, but then I was after that person. And in my mind, I'm going, now, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? How do you follow that? So, ladies and gentlemen, it just goes to show you how transcendent this person is. Watching Rahma perform is like being... It's an experience. It's an immersion. It's one of those things that you have to experience in person. Like, no one can really describe what it feels like. Like, you have to be there. You have to experience it. Rahma has a voice to die for. To die for. And I genuinely mean it when I say that for you to actually experience that, you have to be there in person. It's very difficult. I cannot describe it. So, ladies and gentlemen, I've already mentioned her name. Today, we're on the talk track with none other than Rahma. Girl Dem Sugar. Granddaughter of the Nile. Should I add the other name? Eliachika. Naigaga.
Oh, yeah.
That one. Rahma Naigaga, ladies and gentlemen. Rahma, I'll just let you tell them what you are. I would say you're a performer, you're an artist, you're a musician, but I'm just going to let you tell the people what you are.
Yeah, well, of course, my name, the great-grandchild of the Nile.
Great-grandchild of the Nile.
Naigaga Rahma.
Yeah.
The girl dem a sugar and as top vibrations, expect no substitute, aka the modern day indigency. Yeah. Of course, I have my other names. Sijagababulira. But ngena babulira ko limu. Libaita Faith.
Faith.
Yeah, and of course, I mean, anyhow, I'll let you know who I am. My other names are Faith Kalikwani. And of course, I'm a Muslim in practice. And I'm a lot of things, I would say, but in this present time, I am a vocalist, yeah, and I am a farmer as well. I do apiculture, and I mean, I'm an artist, a visual artist, so that's what I'm into right now in this present time. So those other things, please don't ask.
No, I'll ask about the vocalist aspect of yourself as well as a visual artist. You also tell us a little bit about apiculture, because now that one is interesting. That is an aspect I did not know about you at all. Like today when I sat with you, I was like, I'm going to ask her about the music and stuff, but we shall come into apiculture. But let's talk about the vocal aspect of your life. Yes? Is that something you'd always known that you'd wanted to do, or is it something that you realized as you went on, as you got older?
Being a vocalist is something that I realized when I got older. I mean, when time went on, and me engaging in music as a vocalist, it started way back in 2014. Yeah, 2014. Actually, there was a musical that was going on at the university. And remember, by that time, I was actually doing industrial fine art, but I could finish my lectures and then move to the Department of Performing Arts. So there was a musical going on, and there was these auditions I got to know about. I went for them, and I was like lucky to be part of that musical. So then I discovered that I can actually sing, yeah. And ever since then, I've never looked back, but like seek growth in that same lane. So what else man I uzungu bambi lumenya.
You can speak even in Luganda. Chiri okay.
Manyi uzungu lumenya bayina. Osoka noonya kigambo kikyo yagala okuleetawo. Engeri gy'oyagala okimanange.
English bundles expire at 5 p.m.
My God. So, kugambe chika. So kati.
Chikubeho.
So kati.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rahma has fans in the building. Omar Rahma, you are still telling us.
Sir. So, since then, there was no turning back. Then, I remember my lecturer called Dr. Benon, introducing me to his band immediately after that musical. He introduced me to his band called Music Connections by then. And there was this, it was actually like Christmas season, and they gave me like Christmas songs to sing. So I actually did some Christmas carols then. And that's how it all started, yeah? And from then, of course, I got to get myself into other spaces with other gig men. I got to know about other musicians, and on and on and on. So then, I realized that I've got something to nature. And I realized that I get a gift that is just not a gift. So that's how I came into like now own it and be accountable
for your own talent.
Yeah, man.
Okay, so that's lovely. By the way, speaking of the getting into a band and your first. Do you remember the first Christmas carol you sang?
Yeah.
Which one was it?
Angels we have heard on high, sweetly singing o'er the plains, and the mountains in reply, echoing their joyous strains. Glow. I stopped there. Yeah, I mean, like that was something beautiful to experience.
Yeah. So no, but that was. And ladies and gentlemen, for those that are going to be catching us on our socials, you can catch us on YouTube at Talk Track UG. You can also catch this episode on Mixcloud at Barra House Radio, where you can also catch our audio episodes of the Retro Fridays that Rahma has always been a part of. By the way, Rahma, on top of being a vocalist, as you've just heard, my God, Rahma is also a vibe, but we're going to get to that a bit later. So, Rahma, asanyusa. What did she say? Musanyusi atakola chi? Atagula masanyu. So, Rahma, so we've gotten that background. It's something that you started much, which I think is also really beautiful when we discover the things that we love when we're a little bit older, because I think it gives us more control over how we can best achieve them.
You're right.
But you get on that journey. You're doing a degree in industrial fine art. You find yourself being drawn more to the music. You end up in a band. You've given us a couple of some of the carols that you've sung. For the people that know you and the people that have seen you perform, you have a very distinct style, right? Your music and your performances are normally heavily acoustic, with very little, background support and that, and most of the performance is done by your voice, right? What inspired that kind of style of performance where you're like, you know what, the instruments are just more of a backup. It's my voice that has to do the talking. What inspired that?
Well, like I told you, my background from industrial fine art, I went after my lectures, I used to cross back to the grounds of performing arts, yeah. And from there, it's like I was doing two. It's like I was doing two courses at the same time, yeah. Though with this music side of it, yeah. Nalinchikola mukwano, because something would drive me there. I remember when I was in university, I didn't go for this manya bichi mugende, I didn't go for that.
Don't you tell me you were a good girl at school?
Yeah, by the way.
Okay.
So
yeah, you're saying.
Yeah, but when I went there, of course, something would tell me, you know what, there's something else here, go for it. Yeah, and when I went for it, I just felt like it was home. Yeah. So it just clicked in that I had to be this side. From this side, I had to be that side. And actually, another funny side of me is that from all, after all that stuff, I also as well went for law. Interesting. That is another part. First, wait. Don't go there.
No, I'm not going to go there. You are still telling us about the style, how you came up with that style.
Because it was a music school, and the person that mentored me was a jazz lecturer. Yeah, the period I went to join those guys, they were in the course of jazz and contemporary. So the actual person that groomed me was a jazz passionate lecturer, and for them, the instruments are supposed to accompany you. Yeah, they don't have to compete with you. And when you get on the microphone, it's not that you are actually singing, but you're actually delivering. So it has to be as clear as that. The voice to lead the instruments to accompany. So that is actually what drives my performances, what drives my creations and everything in that line.
And do you think that is something you would have done if you had not passed through, for example, if you had not auditioned for that musical? Because you've seen with a lot of, and this is not me trashing live bands or anything, but you've seen that a lot of the performances that we have are very instrument heavy. You can barely even hear the artist's voice, right? So do you think that is the path you would have taken if you hadn't gotten, that inspiration from your lecturer?
Man, I just think it would have been different, yeah. But because I was lucky that I was groomed into that line. That is why I'm who I am now. If it wasn't that and it was different, then I think it would also be different. Yeah, but one thing for sure, me personally, I don't like kavuyo. I don't love wasiwasi. Man.
In the words of Rowena, you don't just chin a word of.
No wasiwasi. So
Yeah.
I mean, I think at some later point I would have discovered myself back to this. Yeah, because I mean I love jazz, by the way. Yeah. And it actually like guides me sometimes to create what I create, yeah, and to just be.
So apart from your lecturer, that's actually very lovely. But apart from your lecturer, are there any jazz artists that specifically inspire your style and the way you perform?
My best jazz artist is actually Nina Simone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the afro.
And Ella Franchise.
Yeah.
Etta James,
really.
Powerhouse.
There is, sorry to cut you off. There is someone I know, you've mentioned all those three artists. There is we all know Rowena, we've seen on the talk track. If Rowena was here with you right now, she'd be going, tell them.
Yeah.
So, people like Nina Simone, Etta James, those are really big inspirations for you. Yeah? What specifically about their style of music do you find yourself borrowing in your performances as Rahma? You'd be like, in this song, I'm going to channel my inner Etta James. So in this song, I'm going to channel my, inner Ella Fitzgerald or Nina Simone. What are some of those things that you've borrowed from those artists?
The things that I borrow from them is actually their presence, their intention, yeah, with what they speak. By the way, those ladies, something about them, but for me, I still call it a gift, yeah? And something about the lyrics, deep and intentional. They don't just sing, yeah? And every word they utter comes with a river. I call them what?
You use the word you want to use.
Anaye oluzungu lukalubye.
It is okay. Chikuwe mu Luganda.
Ya Rabbi. Ate ne mu Luganda ye nkole ntya. Wanji. So what I wanted to actually say is that the lyrics, yeah, comes with intention, yeah, and they've got power, I would say, yeah.
And powerful women are starting to take over the world, or they already have, and we're just blind to it.
Could be.
Rahma, would you describe yourself as a powerful woman? Let's first go away from the music. Yeah. Would you describe yourself as a powerful woman?
I take that, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
I take that.
Yeah.
I take that, and
and it doesn't have to be like powerful, but in your own sense, in your own words, would you describe yourself as Rahma Naigaga, granddaughter of the Nile, girl named Sugar?
That's right.
In the original indigenous.
The modern day indigenous.
When you look at all those aspects of yourself, do you ever sit down and go, you know what, I actually am a powerful woman?
I won't say that I acknowledge myself to be powerful, but I just believe that I'm not here by mistake. And for that case, I don't take anything for granted. And I know there is an invisible power that actually brings me here in this present time. Yeah? So that I live it the way it is.
You have peace.
Yeah.
I like the aspect of not taking things for granted. A lot of us, we go through this life, and I think you are lucky in the sense that you know what your purpose is. You have found it. Your purpose is to bring joy to people through your voice, through your performance, through your music. Which, by the way, I won't speak for Maurice, who is seated right there, but I can see him smile. He's been smiling since you started talking. I can tell that for people like us, people like me, people like Maurice, people who love music, when we listen to a person like you sing, when we listen to a person like you perform, even after you're done, we're like, so when is the next time, Rahma? Okay, because the most common question we often ask ourselves when you've disappeared for a while, when is Rahma performing again? When is Rahma performing? I think for me, that should paint for you the picture. You are a powerful woman in that sense, that you move us in that way.
Thank you.
But also too, that gift that you possess is otherworldly. I don't think it is not an earthly experience when we experience you sing, and that is not me giving you props because we're in an interview. That is me being honestly true. But now, just a little bit away from, it can still be in line with the musical aspect of things, but just generally for your life, I would have asked you, tell us something about yourself, but that's boring. That is very boring. Yeah.
Well, so you see, when you say tell us something about yourself, it's not just something. It's things. It's not something.
No one thing. So let me ask you a very specific question. What is something, whether through your musical journey or through your life, what is something that you have experienced that has surprised you? And surprised you in a sense that maybe it has grown you, it has shocked you, it has put you out of your comfort zone. But what is something that you as Rahmas, you've experienced and you always look back and you're like, okay, that was either it made me react or it made me grow, it made me discover things about myself that I wouldn't have if it hadn't happened. What is that something?
Well, when we get to that, I mean, I would say it's a couple of things, maybe a couple of experiences that have occurred to me, and one shocking one is I can't say it.
No, say it.
I feel like I want to cry.
It's okay. So we'll hold the space for you. It's okay.
Like, one surprising and shocking experience is being around people who pretend that they actually love you, but their actions show otherwise. The actions like don't support your growth, but now you're able to see that on several counts, like, okay, now I know why this person comes before my presence, and whatever they do that comes forth now, like, doesn't shock you no more, but it gave you a buzz that you can actually see through them, and you can actually know what they want from you, even when they pretend to be friends. That has been like, I think it has been like something to learn from, and I actually don't blame them, and actually thank God that I finally got to realize and and know these people, and I thank God that it didn't break me, but it taught me something. And I also learned that it's okay to just love them the way they are, but from a distance. It also like opened me to a place of peace. That's it. So, well,
it's okay. That's a deep one. Eh?
Yeah.
That's a tough one.
Yeah,
you need a minute?
Sure thing. It's actually hilarious, and these are people that will do things and you wonder no gamba chintu chino, because I wouldn't do something like that to them. Yeah, and you wonder no gamba wano katonda ali kundaga ki kikyayagala njige mweno experience okitegeera nera n'otunulira bye bakoze n'ogamba sobola banyiigira, because oba oli awo maybe their vessels are weak. By the way, you know that their vessels are weak. Standing baakozesa okutuukako okukyusa endowooza yo n'embeera zo. Once you realize that n'ogamba webaba nga be bano abantu, then basemberere ku bbali baleke kukola ki kuntaaguula mbenga bo, kubanga obanga ogenda kubanga bo oba ogenda kuva ku mulamwa. Yes, oba ovudde ku mulamwa. So for that case, like, oyiga ate n'oyiga n'okwewa eddembe n'okwerekereza ogamba it is what it is. Thank you God okundaga essomo lino n'abantu ebika ebyo, and yeah, obulamu ne bweyongerayo
bwe kiri
weewaawo.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's Rahma Naigaga for you. The sense of humor all the time, anytime, anywhere. All the time is laughter time. Even when things are a bit deep and tough, she'll always find a time to crack a joke there. So, Rahma, still on that topic, you are a performer.
Yeah.
And obviously, it is not an easy journey to take, right? I'm sure from the time you started till now, there are things that you have experienced that maybe could have put you off that journey, right? I don't like to call them challenges. I call them testers. Something that just comes to check you a little bit, see if you're actually ready for the challenge that you're undertaking.
Yeah.
So what is the biggest, let's say, challenge that you've gone through and in this period of time that you've been a performer? What's the biggest challenge you faced and how have you grown from that?
The biggest challenge is partnering with someone to work. You go perform and they don't pay you. They don't. They're like, man, send it to ziriwo. And you wonder, no gaba na tuze kusaka asiwa no. You wonder. Newe unya. No gaba, how come someone thinks like that? Nchagena kuita oje okole otambule odeyo ogende ojidde mumpe weesudde bannaye abantu batuleke kutumala mu buntu bulamu ate. You wonder, and you're still shocked to know gamba gundi, like for real togenda kumpa sentence.
Yeah.
Nti sente ziriwo naye ng'omaze okumuwa service, omaze okuperforminga, obusente bwonna obwejjeemu obw'ekikyala, ng'omanyi obusente bw'ekikyala gwe. Obusente bw'ekikyala omaze obwejjamu, otuuse ku venue okikubye, weewaddeyo wenna energy otaddeyo, omaliriza someone is telling you, man, ali kwebuzaabuza akubye ebikuubo amasimu gavuddeko, olulimi takyayogera kakyaba ayogera lupatu oba oluyite batya olwo lushonswi.
Producer
tetutegeerekeka for real.
Okawulidde ako lushonswi. Ako tugenda kakozesa.
Otya n'okutya kubanga omuntu asatandika okwogera olulimi nga terutegeerekeka, like for real kiba kiki ekyo. Olulimi oliwo nti nonzize gundi tukoze business wetu weeri akasente kange kaliwe kati ate mwana watu olumu tekaba na kasente kali awo nti kamenya naye waliwo abantu nga just bo balyaza amaanyi. Tebalina mpisa balyaza amaanya. That is, by the way, disrespecting Yeah.
someone's skill, someone's art, someone's talent.
Kibi nnyo era abantu abo beddeko.
But how have you dealt with those people? Like for you as you, kubanga ekintu kino kiruddemu.
Kubanga like how I deal with them, mumala omutegeera, kuba togenda genda omutuge,
Which means you thought about it.
Yeah, like togenda genda omutuge oba kiba kiwedde.
Yeah.
Like something that you don't have power over, you know, kiba kiwedde, like biwedde akusumye. Musuma. Ate bakalukalu gwe akulaga nti akusumye togenda kumutuga togenda kolotya. So you learn them not again. Next time if I'm dealing with these people, if I'm dealing with such a person, bambi usoko olete kasente 50% owulidde kalika 50% okampe nga sina kulinnya ku stage yenkola entuufu ekola ki kati ebegeno like chinzukusa. So next time I have to deal with them, that's the way, and that is how I've done that now. Yeah, that's how like I resolved to, you know what, if I'm coming to perform, no, get me my 50%. I don't want to deal with that character of yours, by the way. And after that 50%, when I get there, before I get on stage, you give me my balance, we have peace, I perform, ngende buli omu asigale emirembe. Otherwise beekaza n'okwekaza amala okusuma akubira akasimu.
Are you okay? Did you reach home safely?
Hello. Like
Rahma.
yeah, terrible.
Pay your performers. Mama, it's okay, but no, I understand, and you know, things like that would normally put someone off, you know, the journey. You know, for you, you've pushed through, which is also something very inspirational. Yeah, and I admire that about you. But now, to the challenges, let's talk about like the biggest success you've had in your journey as a performer, where you were performing and you were like, I've arrived. I have arrived. When was that? Was it a concert? Was it a session? Was it like an interaction with an artist? When was that moment when you felt as Rahma that one, not only have I arrived, I am actually doing the right thing for my life?
Yeah, me actually partnering with East African Records. Yeah.
Tell them.
Us
Flex.
creating stuff.
Flex.
Yeah.
Flex. Did you hear that? Flex. Sorry. So yeah.
That like has been my best moment. Me partnering with East African Records. Me being signed by the Okrum. Under Mr. Bolton Serunjoji in Texas, America. And of course, me stepping on those stages of human rights, and those like are rare stages, by the way, and there are sensitive stages, sensitive. So for me, yeah. And also partnering Dada Babaluku. I actually call him Dada for some reason or two, because he's a big soul, and he loves pushing others forward. Yeah, he will show you that it's not about, you know, you, and you have to also remember that your gift is not actually yours. You have to give it back. So for that, I think those are the best, like, I'll call them what? Milestones, encounters, moments. Yeah.
Just good vibes only.
Yeah, man.
That's lovely. And, you know, speaking of being signed with East African Records and, you know, the Okrum, is there any music out there that we can look for on Spotify, on YouTube for Rahma?
Yeah, of course. Of course, there is a couple of songs.
Tell them. You see they're there. Tell them where to find those songs.
You know, I'm shy.
It is okay. It is okay. What is that thing? No, but is there anywhere we can find some of Rahma's?
Spotify.
Okay.
of course, and all those on all those other music platforms
Yeah.
that you can go to. Because there is More of You that I did with DJ Razaf under East African Records, and
Yeah.
there is also Cordeo. Yeah, it's actually a Lusoga inspired song. And also there is Rescue Me, and others are coming through. There is Mama. Actually, another thing that like I've loved in this journey, me composing a song for my mama and her like acknowledging it. Yeah, she's like, yo, I love this. Ooh.
That must have been a beautiful experience for you.
Yeah.
And would you say you're very, very close with your mother?
Yeah.
She's your best friend.
I won't say my best friend because you know our parents,
Yeah.
The sweet sour,
Yeah.
sweet and sour. They give
Yeah.
you this tough love, yeah. But my mom is the best human being I've ever encountered
Yeah.
in this life. Like
And
for
she-
real, I've never met someone like her with a big heart, so kind, very understanding. I want to be like her. For real.
That's a big compliment to her. And shout out to her wherever she is, because she also raised a good one. And speaking of, like our parents, because I've only spoken about your mother, how was your mother being in regards to you undertaking this journey and being a performing artist?
It's challenging.
Yeah.
And with our kind of society and setup, they don't actually acknowledge these things. These things are called demonic. Yeah. And for me, getting hard on it, I just took a decision and I'm like, no, wait a minute. God does not make mistakes, and He does not give us these gifts to just sit on them. He gives us these gifts for a reason. That is why He didn't give it to blah. He didn't give it to that. He didn't give it to that. So when I realized that, it was like actually an awakening. I'm like, no, wait a minute. I think there's something I'm missing on. I got to use this gift. I got to nurture it. And I thank God that He gave me this. And I know that He's the one who actually uses this. It's not me. It's not mine to take. No. So I said, I'm taking this. Whoever is willing to support me, find me this side. Yeah, I had to make a very hard decision. Yeah, get out of Ministry of Lands and just nature my gift. Of course, I'll get back there at some point, but at this point now, I'm nurturing this. Yeah.
That's lovely.
Give it direction, and then we shall go back to those things later.
I'm glad that you've not completely shut that door.
Yeah, man.
But from the conversation, we focused heavily so much on the music aspect of it. But I heard that there was an aspect of you're a visual artist. I heard somewhere, you've gone on human rights stages, apiculture. Let's talk a little bit. We may not go into so much detail, but let's talk about some of your other interests. Visual arts. Whether you are passionate about things like human rights and stuff like that, and you also tell us a little bit about the farming aspect and apiculture.
Yeah. Well, I told you I'm a lot of things, by the way, a lot of things that we cannot exhaust now. But like what I am in this present time, yeah, of course, I talked about being a farmer. I talked about a vocalist, a visual artist, and
Tell us. I feel like there's something you want to reveal, but you don't want to say it.
No, that one I keep by. I mean, it's in line with law. So, yeah, I also went for law, by the way.
Yeah, I heard that in the beginning, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But let's talk about actually. We shall come back to the visual artist part. Let's talk about the part that no one sees. Let's talk about apiculture. Let's talk about farming.
Yeah.
When did that start? How did you? Is it something you've always been interested in? How is it going for now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, farming is in the family, but me also like deciding to look at apiculture. Apiculture is not something so like energy consuming. It's not like very heavy to do. You can do it as you do these other things, because like keeping bees, I mean, just organize, like give them an apiary, put your hives there, put whatever is supposed to do, whatever is supposed to be done, give them time, wait for your harvest in the beginning of the year, and at the end of the year you get your harvest. Yeah, so it's not that hard to do. You just have to go check in once in a while, yeah, and that's all. You're not going to go there, ate open, ate give them food, do ate wati, ate zije, you get no zisibe kutale. Hello. Are we together?
We are together. Is there anywhere we can find Rahma's honey? That's
Yes,
where
of course.
goddamn sugar came from. You just be dealing in sweet things only.
Yeah, man. That's why I'ma tell you, I'm the girl that my sugar, and I mean it. Yeah. Yeah.
I want to talk about where I can find the apiary and I get honey. That is tell them.
So that is so that is in Nakabango. But of course, you want the honey, you get to me, and I give you the honey because I got the honey. Yeah.
In case just
and of course other bee products. Of course I deal bees come with a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So I deal with honey, propolis, wax, yeah. So nebyo nabyo tubikwasaganya.
So but for us we want the honey.
Kati the honey yo ogenda mufuna brand ya honey eyo. Bajita Chengeza bees.
Bees.
But of course we also have Nakabango Bee Ventures.
Okay.
So this apiary is actually in Nakabango and Chengeza. So the ones in Chengeza, of course, Zina ebyazo ne the ones in Nakabango nazo Zina misoso zabyo. Are we together?
We are together. You did not want to overwork the bees.
Yeah, man.
That's lovely. That's a lovely venture also to undertake.
Yeah, and it's very interesting, by the way. Like,
really?
Very interesting.
I feel like
it is not time consuming. Easy. Gwefuna wo teka apiary yo nga weekusifu. Tezigenda kuvayo abantu bazwoganira zibalume. Omanyi zina entondo bambi.
Ladies and gentlemen, in case you want to have a masterclass on apiary, Rahma Naigaga will be here. After a week, we shall have her back for just a talk on apiary. What about visual arts? Tell us a little bit about what you're doing in visual arts.
Yeah, of course, with visual arts, it's also like something that I do. With Chini Muze, it's a gift as well. Yeah, and my work is personal, but yeah, nti sinaba kutuuka sinaba engeri gye ndikola bintu bingi, so this one ngikolanga kinzijira mu time yange eri ey'eddembe nenkikola, and some of my works I'll be showcasing them soon. By the way, I'll be showcasing them soon. Era awo temuvaawo eriiso.
They say watch this space.
Yes, sir.
That one. Are we together?
Yes.
All right, Rahma, we're slowly running out of time. I'd love to have a conversation with you for like 4 hours because you're a very interesting person. But let me try and wrap it up. So one thing that a lot of people don't know, because they don't see you around all the time, because you are famous but you are low-key. Yeah. One thing they don't see is your fashion sense. And I think we're getting a little bit of a sample right now, right? Yes, I've always described your fashion sense. I'll say it to myself. I've never said it out to you. I've always said your fashion sense is eclectic in the sense that every time I see you, I'm surprised. But in whatever you're doing works. So what inspired your fashion sense, and does it also draw some inspiration from your performance, or that's just another aspect of you that we get to learn?
Yeah, well, one thing, by the way, for sure, is that I am an artist all round 360. 360 means like chempulira, chengenderako, how I feel, how I want to look. Bikwataganira lero mpulira batya Naigaga njagala kulabikako ntya nfulumye ntya kubanga by the way n'okulabikako mu bantu oba olina okuba nga weeteeseteese tomanya oyinza okugwa ku president. Are we together? Kati waba nga twali smart,
you cannot protect the gains. That is
naye nga president endabikayo yeyina osooka okwogera nga tonnabakola ki kwogera fe twali Are we together?
So
endabikayo yeyina osooka okwogera nga tonnabakola ki kwogera. So how I do this is I just respect myself and the people that I'm going to meet. Nengamba ngena kwambala kaki leero ate kenyambala saagala kutegeera nti oba kasita nyambadde engoye nga sikunamye owulidde waliwo abantu ayinza okubeerako n'agamba yoyo biki byayambadde kati n'omubuuza ye biki byayambadde kijja kitya abyambadde atya ye atuusa atya awo okubyambala so kati bikusobera so bikusobera so nze nkubulireko and I also respect my culture and I respect the fact that bino ebyambalo byaffe weebiri kati wentegeera nti kakati leero tugenda waneeno nkubamu akafaananyi tugenda kukolawo ki bani bengenda okulaba era yoyo gwe mugenda okulaba ze mu space eyo neneteekateeka neŋamba okay kati nga leero kankubulireko olwaleero
tuwulire
ga nti wabaddeyo nyegenyege ate nyegenyege nago mukolo kati oba ogera ku mikolo ffe emikolo tumanye osabula Gomez naye Gomez eno engeri gye tuli mu present day oba olina okuleeta neziri elements endala eziriwo n'obeera ng'oli present the tradition and the contemporary kati n'okola ki n'oteekako engeri y'ekivwavavwa naye nga tekivudde ku mulamwa so
ne outfit ekola bulungi outfit ekola omanyi mbadde seetegereza nti Gomez until I sat next to you like this is when I saw mpoza ayambadde Gomez no but it's a beautiful
omukolo ogwo
it's a beautiful ensemble. Rahma's fans are dying. It's a beautiful ensemble. No, but it's also good to get, a lot of people don't think that a lot of people don't think that a lot of effort goes into fashion. So for you to, talk about how one, it comes from a place of self-respect.
Yes.
And also respect of the people that you're going to be interacting with, the respect of the people that you're going to be performing. That is serious.
Yeah,
like, all right, Rahma, we could be here for 4 hours, but we don't have that much time.
I get it.
So, 2 things as we close out.
Yes,
one,
please.
Agenda tuyimbira more, but 2 things as we close out. One, what does the future look like for Rahma Naigaga, great-granddaughter of the Nile girl, Dem Sugar? What does the future look like for you? Let's say the next 3, 4, 5 years. What big things should we expect from you? And number 2, what would you, if I was to bring you from 10 years back and sat her down there, seeing how far you've come, what is something you would tell that person?
Man, you know what? By the way, that's a tricky one. But with the first one, where is all this heading? Trust me, I believe that we're going to be traveling the world, telling people the stories of love, telling people stories of acceptance, telling people stories of getting back to self and everything in between. Yeah, that's a must. Yeah, it's a must. And of course, I mean, I want a personal studio. Yeah, for myself and for my community as well. And I'd also like love to collaborate with great artists. Yeah, great artists. That's all. And that's how the future is for me. I see that. Yeah, I feel it. And I'm there already in spirit.
I mean, and the second one, if we brought Rahma from 10, 15 years ago, to Mtuza, we know the Rahma that was just starting in this thing, Mtuza, and that, because I know that person must have been scared, that person did not know what the future held.
Yeah.
What would you tell that Rahma now, saying how far you've come? What would you tell her?
That Rahma now, nga mujeri mu Stone Age. Mukuko mude mu Stone Age. Ego wanyo kukumula muntu mu Stone Age. Mama, I can imagine, because I still remember that Rahma.
Yeah.
Yeah. Na ye of course Rahma era yo Rahma gwemanyi eyali yebuuza omuntu tegukowa kwebuuza kino kitegeeza ki kino kyekiki ate amanyi okudeyalinga mukasirise. So oba advice kije nandi mugambye ndi kugirowoozaako naye mpulira ekalo kubanga so amugamba ng'ate yawawukadda kizibu kati mugambe ki kubanga sikulimba, like for real. I don't know what I would have told that Rahma, because I mean it's the Rahma seated here, right?
She hasn't changed at all?
She doesn't.
One love.
She can never change.
She can never change. She
flows.
has always, she flows. She's like water. She fits in the vessel. She's like Bruce Lee said, be like water. Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, this has been so much fun. I don't want this to end. Unfortunately, we always cap on an hour and we're almost there. So Rahma, it will be very, very sad if we close this. You already gave us a sample at the beginning, but it will be very, very sad if I don't ask you to do for us something small. But before you do that, let me close out properly. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Roy. We've been on the podcast, the Talk Track podcast with Rahma Naigaga, Girl Dem Sugar, great granddaughter of the Nile.
Yes, sir.
The Talk Track is an independent production of the Kara Junkies. It's produced, edited, sound mixed, and shot by Maurice. I have been your host for the night, Roy. Our guest for the night has been Rahma Naigaga. Again, Girl Dem Sugar. Again, great granddaughter of the Nile.
Again.
The modern indigenous. Just generally a vocal powerhouse. I cannot stress this enough. This lady is a vocal powerhouse, as we have seen. She gave us a sample of a Christmas. Have you ever heard a Christmas carol sung like that? Yeah. So you see, and she's given us a sample. But ladies and gentlemen, we're always here every Sunday. The system shifts a little bit. We'll have one-on-one things like this, and we'll go back to our usual talk. Rahma, next Sunday you're going to be here. We're going to talk about other things.
Sure.
But that being said, ladies and gentlemen, have a blessed night, and I will let Rahma take it away with a song of her choice. Me, my job is done.
That's a
good
trap.
night. Do you want to give them a sample of 7 days?
7 days? I would
7 years?
I would love 7 years. I would love that, but since we're here now, and I would love to like give you a sample of one of my own songs.
That is lovely.
Called
that is
Cordeo.
lovely. Oh.
Yeah, man. So Cordeo actually goes like this. Cordeo, 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 Cordeo. butini mbaleteire ekibuuzi ky'omukwano omukwano gutegeera omukwano gwa kisa omukwano gusitula omukwano guzuukusa omukwano n'amaaname kusifu ag'obutawaawo omukwano ni kibumba mwene ogw'omukwano ni kifaanani ky'ekituufu ay'omukwano ni kibumba mwene ogw'omukwano ni njira etutwala mu igulu kodeyo 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 kodeyo. I stopped there, by the way. Tubeere wano. Tusiibewo. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Rahma. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for your patience with us. Thank you so much for bearing with the questions. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Roy. That's Maurice. That's Rahma. She gave us a sample of Cordeyo. You can check out some of her music on Spotify as well as YouTube. All the details are going to be on our YouTube channel, so feel free to check us out. But that being said, Maurice, I think we are done for the night. Ladies and gentlemen, have a good night. Peace out.